Hello, it's the Cryo Lady. So today I'm going to talk about how I got out, how I extricated myself from my disgraceful ex-husband who was an abuser, and how I did that with 5 children in tow. So let's get into this. Believe me, it's not easy, but not easy in the way that you might think. So I met my husband at the end of 1989. He was a naval officer in, well then, Her Majesty's Royal Navy, now his. And I finally extricated myself from him in 2006. July 2006. And believe me, on the day that I finally got him away, got him out of the house, I remember that evening sitting down on the sofa, because he'd been told not to come back, sitting down on the sofa, and the immense feeling of relief and freedom, it was so strong, it was like you could almost touch it, it was palpable. Anyway, let's get up to this point. So, my husband had basically steadily over the years become more and more appalling. I remember the first time that he called me a name, and at that point in time I'd just had a baby, and I was walking past a room. We'd had some kind of petty argument. I was walking past the room with the door open. He was sat at a computer, which is what he used to do a lot of the time. He looked over and he said to me, "What are you staring at, you fat shit?" Now, let me tell you something. When your partner calls you names, that's not love. They do not love you. Someone who calls you names does not love you. They do not love you. That's not what you do when you love somebody. Okay, get that straight. If someone hits you or harms you, that does not say I love you. People that love you do not do that. If someone controls who you go out with, i.e. your friends or seeing your family, and they want to control and stop you, that does not say I love you. People who do that do not love you. Don't be under any illusion. Do not think for 1 second that those people love you. What they have for you is some very twisted feelings. Now, I had 5 children, and my youngest were actually twins of 3. I had another child of 4 years old, and I had 2 others. 2 of my children had special needs, and when I say that, my eldest was in a special school, a boarding school actually, for children with autism, and my 4-year-old also had autism, didn't speak, okay? So, a lot of people are scared because they think, what will they do, where will they go? We were living in a married quarter. We were going to be evicted from that married quarter. Now, if you are in the armed forces and you're in a married quarter, there is help available to you. So if you're, going through some kind of separation or trying to extricate yourself, the Navy employ social workers, okay? They employ social workers, people that will be able to help you, okay? And you can get in contact. You just have to ring whatever. But even if you're in the army or the RAF, there is help available. And if you want to know what that help is, you can message me. I will find out for you. Okay? Other than that, if you're in your own home, for example, you are entitled to stay there with the children. If your husband or partners behave, you must start calling the police. And that is what I did. And it takes a lot of courage to pick up the phone. Now, unfortunately for me, I did not have the best of experiences because I called the police the first time round. The Ministry of Defence police turned up. They were absolutely useless. They immediately sided with my ex, even though he had assaulted me. And unbelievably, they said, this is in 2006, so it's not a million years ago, it's like 19 years ago, okay? And they immediately, what they said was, they said that I could leave the house, I was not to take the children with me. Okay, so they immediately sided with the lies that my husband spewed forth. But I was determined, and I kept on, and I went to see, I actually booked an appointment to see a solicitor, okay, and that put the frighteners on him. He didn't like that at all. He was very worried, and so he agreed that we could have a separation and he would stay somewhere else. And I thought maybe, that was it, okay, I was going to be okay. I'd got rid of him. But his parents, one weekend, when I said he could see the children, I went to stay at my friend's house overnight. When I came back, his parents had moved all of his stuff back into the house. I called the police. The police took him away. Now, I don't care if you're in an abusive relationship, just tell them what he's done and demand that they help you, and they will help you, and they will also help you with putting you in contact with other people, that can help you further. Believe me, there is help out there. If you want to know what that is, you can contact me. Just leave me a message or whatever, and I'll try and find numbers and things for you. But honestly, you just need to get strong. But think about it like this. Do you want to spend the rest of your life being miserable just in order to fuel someone's sick feelings about you? Because it's not love. You'll just be, and it will get worse. It will never get better. Abusers never recover. They do not get better. When they've finished with you, they'll move on to somebody else. And believe me, the majority of people that I have seen on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, talking about their abusive ex-partners, the only reason why the majority of these people are on their own is because their abusers left them and moved on to somebody else. Now, it doesn't really matter who leaves who. I mean, do you know what? I'll tell you something that was slightly amusing. My ex-husband, I'd already been to a solicitor, etc. My ex-husband gained access to the house. He was escorted with a police officer, and he raided everything, and he took the marriage certificate because he thought he was going to get the upper hand by saying that he had divorced me, when in reality, I actually did not care. I did not care. My solicitor gave me 3 options and said, you can either disagree with this, you can agree with it, or you can acknowledge it. And I said, I do not care. I'll just acknowledge it. That's fine. Because he just come up with a massive pack of lies about me doing all sorts of things. When at the beginning of our marriage, he'd had an affair, I think. I had 2 little children at that point. I didn't really know what to do. But honestly, it doesn't matter. I don't care. I do not care. I got everything that I wanted, which was a divorce. And you can do that too. You can do that too. And you can now get uncontested divorces. People don't even have to agree. You can just, they don't even have to agree. You can just get a divorce. They don't have to even sign a piece of paper. You can get one.